understanding inflammation and how you can protect yourself. Hi, I'm Dr. Brian McGuckin, and I'm continuing my conversation with Dr. Jaffe on the science behind inflammation. How did we end up in the spot that we're in? And what we're talking about is the demand for antioxidants. We have exposure to chemicals in our air, chemicals in the water, preservatives in the food, additives, food colorings, molds, and toxic metals. These items, Dr. Jaffe calls them anti-nutrients, create a tremendous demand for antioxidants. Ascorbate vitamin C, not ascorbic acid, all the 8 fractions of vitamin E, selenium in the form of selenomethionine, the other variations really don't absorb well, and bioflavonoids. Those are antioxidants. We have a tremendous demand for antioxidants. When we run low on antioxidants, the cells cannot repair and create energy at the rate that is needed, and inflammatory particles can settle on tissues. If they settle in enough quantity, that will create inflammation and eventually lead to pain. So what we want to find out is, how do we get to this point and what can we do about it? So let's watch the rest of this video, and at the end I'm going to cut in and explain in detail what's going on. So see you in just a minute.
So we want to detect immune complexes because they mean the liver, spleen, and kidneys need to be helped along with better hydration, with better antioxidants, with better minerals. We need to rehabilitate the body's ability to withstand the foreign invasion of toxins and immunotoxins that are all too common in the 21st century.
So when these inflammatory debris settle, they can settle anywhere in our body.
Well, they settle wherever stress has made us vulnerable. So, for example, they will settle in muscles and cause what's called fibromyalgia, which is pain that we have studied and gotten excellent outcome results, but it is a pain that does not respond to any anti-pain medicine. That's more or less the definition of fibromyalgia. When you look at what is happening at the molecular level in fibromyalgia, these immune complexes are causing nerves to drip a substance called substance P, P for pain, onto muscles. And the answer turns out to be to strengthen the body's immune defense and repair system, to overcome repair deficit inflammation, and to repair the body so that it doesn't call out in pain.
So if it really comes down to not enough cell energy to remove the cellular debris.
Oh, yes. Right now, we have too many anti-nutrients in our diet and exposure. We have too many anti-nutrients in our environment, and most people aren't proactively increasing their intake of antioxidants and minerals and essential fats and other supplements to complement a good diet. Now, it is about what you eat and drink, think, and do. So you want to eat as much organic and biodynamic or homegrown or community-supported agriculture or locally grown as possible. You want to stay hydrated. Most people are 1 to 3% dehydrated, and that's a terrible stress on your kidneys, on your heart, on your lungs, on your brain, on your digestion, on your everything. Then we want to understand how to move. Many people exercise, but they don't stretch. You must stretch to move the fluids where they need to go to take away the waste and give the nutrients to the different cells of the body. So you have to move around. Now, it turns out walking is an excellent exercise. And you need to spend some quiet time either relaxing or meditating or being in a mindfulness practice or prayer. If you do those, you can thrive in the 21st century. And that is the title of our book, Thriving in the 21st Century.
Yeah.
And we want people to know that it's an easy read. It helps guide you to invest a few minutes each day in yourself so that your immune defense and repair system can really defend and repair you.
I was intrigued. I was reading the immunology, and the textbooks were talking about the deposit of these immune complexes, and they were mentioning that if the body can remove them fast enough, we're okay.
Right.
But if the body can't remove it, then the body stores it.
That's exactly right. So what does that mean? If your liver, spleen, and kidneys are well supported nutritionally with good hydration and so forth, you can clear these away quickly without harm.
Yeah.
But if they accumulate, if they're detectable by our lymphocyte response assay, if they're in circulation and continuing to circulate, that needs attention now.
Yes. Yeah, because when we do the when we do the ELISA test, the lymphocyte response assay test, we also do the omega-3, omega-6 oil concentrations with it because we need the cell membrane permeability. So I found it intriguing that the textbook was talking about something, but they did not have an answer for the solution.
No, that's exactly right. My colleague immunologists, and I'm a colleague of many immunologists, they know how to identify the problem. They are actively not aware of the molecular biology, the physiology before pharmacology, the biochemistry, the metabolism and the digestion, the metabolome and the microbiome. Literally at pathology meetings, much information every year about the problems. Then when people ask for solutions, they say, that's a good question. More studies are needed.
They got to call you.
Well, yes, this is why we do what we do, because it's one thing to produce valid information. It's another thing to help colleagues understand how to use that information to develop a lifestyle program that in just a matter of 3 to 6 months can begin to rehabilitate the whole body and add life to years and years to life.
Yeah, I'll see a significant amount of people with muscle and joint inflammation. We'll also see the back pain person but the source is not their back pain, might be vertebral body facet joint inflammation, but it's actually the inflammation in their digestive tract. Well, what we went over is the ability to repair. Our ability to repair is cell energy, and the cell energy is enhanced with the antioxidants. That would be their ascorbic vitamin C, the natural vitamin E, selenium as selenium-methionine, and the bioflavonoids. If we don't have enough of that, inflammatory particles will settle in the tissues that don't have that cell energy. If enough inflammatory particles settle, we'll make what's called an immune complex. They're called immune antibodies. They will actually signal white blood cells to attack that tissue. And that's what we don't want. That's inflammation that leads to pain. So it goes back to our demand for antioxidants. But what do we do once this has happened, once we're in this dilemma? Well, what we want to do is reduce the inflammation in the body, and I use a lymphocyte response assay test. This is a blood test that's not an immunoglobulin G, IgG test. This is what they measure what's called a T lymphocyte. There's a white blood cell called a T cell, and we do not want these exploding. When these guys release, when they are activated, this will cause inflammation. So what we want to know is what items would cause these T lymphocytes to be reactive. So we're going to test 406 items: foods, chemicals, preservatives, molds, toxic metals, food colorings, additives, anything at all that can activate these harmful reactions. We want to eliminate that from your body. Now, once that's done, now we can control inflammation, and now we can begin the repair process. Now, in the next video, we're going to talk about what you can do at home. What do I buy at the grocery store? What can I eat so that I'm not creating an inflammatory environment. So we're going to go over that. We're also going to talk about weight. Why do I have inflammatory weight, and why won't it come off? There's a real reason why the weight won't come off. So stay tuned. Looking forward to seeing you next time.